We are here tonight on the show. And tonight we have Monday Night Raw recap. But before that, we will have some news. All right, so Brock Lesnar, man, they're saying a former writer who just got an interview from used to be in the WWE said that back in 2019, they said a few weeks after Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, it was planned that he would lose it in the SmackDown Fox premiere episode a few months later. And indeed, it happened, obviously, in about, what was it, like 10 seconds. Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. So now a lot of people were mad at that moment. Now they're even more because they're like, the fact it was planned like about 5 months in advance. Like, what the hell, man? So yeah, man, that was revealed that Brock Lesnar was playing all the way back since April to beat Kofi Kingston in 10 seconds. Wow. Cody Rhodes says, obviously, I'm still here for the WWE Championship, or that's the match to make. To me, that's still the match, the hottest match WWE can make, the best match. Myself versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. Apparently, that Vince McMahon has been coming up with ideas for who should Roman Reigns face at Night of Champions, and that some people in the creative have laughed at Vince McMahon. They think it's so funny. So I don't know. My guess is he's picking Omos. I would not be surprised if that's the case, and that's why they're laughing at him. Obviously, the last Omos just faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and now he's gonna face Seth Rollins at Backlash. So I would not be surprised if they pick Omos to face Roman Reigns at Night of Champions. A report came out a few days ago that they want him to break the record of Hulk Hogan, which I believe is 1,400 something days, which would mean Roman Reigns would have to be champion until September of 2024 if they want him to break that record. So he had it for about 4 years back in the 90s or 90s, 80s, I forget. So most likely that's why I probably don't even want to waste their time with the opponent, because Night of Champions, and it's probably it's actually going to be the day he hits 1,000 days, Night of Champions. But we'll see what happens. Alicia Fox is no longer with the company. She put on her Twitter that she was a WWE wrestler from 2006 to 2023, but she is no longer a wrestler for the WWE. So Alicia Fox, good luck in your future endeavors. Bray Wyatt, they said they have Road Dogg was in an interview a few days ago, and he said that they have assigned a new writer to write the Bray Wyatt storylines going forward. So whenever Bray Wyatt comes back, there will be a new writer. To me, I believe I saw, I heard something about the WWE hiring like a what do you call it? What do you call the movies that are scary? So they supposedly went out and hired like a scary movie writer to write the Bray Wyatt storylines, and I think they were overthinking everything. When now it's going to be more of a normal WWE writer, so maybe it's more like normal. Maybe back to like 2019 Bray Wyatt when he was the Fiend, or 2016 when he was the Eater of Worlds. Maybe they completely were overthinking everything by going all out and getting a freaking like I forgot what it's called, but like those writers that do like scary movies, like Friday the 13th and all that shit. So now it's going to be more of a WWE writer, so it should be better now. And final story is AEW has sold in 35,000 tickets for their show at All In August at Wembley Stadium in England. I believe that arena houses 90,000 people, and so far they sold in 35,000 tickets. So we'll see what happens. Are they going to try to go for the WWE had 81,000 for WrestleMania? So are they going to try to break that? Is that what they're going for here? because that if they sell out, they're gonna break it for sure because that's 90,000 capacity. So if they want to, they can sell it out, but we'll see what happens. Well, if they sell it out, they're gonna break the record. But we'll see. Right now, so far, 35,000 tickets have been sold. So then that's just like a pre-sale. It's not even the full tickets on sale. It's only like a little pre-sale they're doing, and it's already been 35,000 tickets have been sold. So we'll see if they get close to breaking WWE's 81,000 attendance from WrestleMania. But I think that's about it with the news, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is about it with the news. Let's go do Monday Night Raw recap here tonight on a was it May 1st? It was May 1st. May 1st. All right, 2023. All right, here we go. So here we go, Monday Night Raw, the night 2 of the draft from freaking Fort Worth, Texas. Let's go. Here we go. It starts off with Triple H announcing the picks for the first round. So he goes for it. He announces Monday Night Raw gets Rhea Ripley. A lot of people were complaining how come the Judgment Day didn't get drafted as a group. First they drafted Rhea Ripley, and then they drafted Judgment Day. I don't know why they did that. So Rhea Ripley's the first pick, and then SmackDown's first pick was Austin Theory. So they're switching the titles, right? Gunther is going to Raw as the Intercontinental Champion, and Austin Theory as the United States Champion is going to SmackDown. So they're switching up, they're flipping up the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Champion. And then the next pick was Seth Rollins to Monday Night Raw. And then Charlotte Flair to SmackDown. All right, that's the first round. And then Paul Heyman comes back. He's doing his little promo stuff, and he's mad at the Usos for not winning the titles on SmackDown. He said Roman Reigns is going to deal with them. Not this Friday, but next Friday, which is going to be like the first week of the draft going into effect. So he's like, I don't even know where we're at next week, but Roman Reigns is going to be there to address a bunch of things. He said he's even going to address the World Heavyweight Championship. That would look gorgeous on Roman Reigns' waist. But then he's like, too bad he can't compete for it because that's only a Monday Night Raw exclusive title and Roman Reigns on SmackDown. And then Seth Rollins comes down. He's like, hey, it's a good thing you don't have to longer worry about me being your boy Roman now that we're on separate shows. He's on SmackDown, I'm on Raw. And then, he's just at one point, I think Paul Heyman was like, the Trifle Chief is calling me. And then Seth was like, House of Fans start singing. So Paul Heyman can't hear Roman Reigns. And he's like, you're upsetting your Trifle Chief. And then he's like, how long is it going to take me to drop you here and give you a curve stomp? And he's about to do it, but then Solo Sikoa comes out, and they end up agreeing to do a match, which ended up being the main event. Solo Sikoa versus Seth Rollins. That was the main event of the show. Let's see here. Let's move along here. And then we get a tag team match between Bayley and Dakota Kai versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. They actually have freaking Bayley and Dakota Kai win the titles. Freaking Bayley hits the full roll up on Liv Morgan, and that's how they win. And then they did a backstage interview when they said, yeah, we definitely deserve to be number one contenders. So now are they going to give the tag team titles to Bayley and Dakota Kai? Who knows? What the hell, man? Who knows what's going on? And then Booker T and Queen Sharmell come out to announce the next picks. So here they come out and they said the Raw for their first pick, they selected tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So a lot of people are wondering what, like, it looks like both the men's tag team and the women's tag team are going to be Raw exclusive, because both also Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan got drafted to Raw as well. And remember, there were talks that they're going to make new tag team titles for both brands. I heard that they're going to call like the SmackDown tag team titles the WWE World Heavyweight Tag Team titles, and they're going to call the Raw ones the WWE Tag Team titles. So is it possible they just what I would assume is maybe they take those two big titles off the SmackDown and the Raw ones off Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and just give them the new ones, and then they'll probably have a tournament on SmackDown just like they're having a tournament or whatever they're doing for the World Heavyweight Championship. They'll do the same thing for the tag team champions on SmackDown. But yeah, there's rumors they're going to have new tag team titles coming up. So that's maybe why they drafted them, because those two tag team titles, the red and the blue, are not even going to matter. So they're probably going to get the new ones. And like I said, SmackDown's going to probably have a tournament for their new ones. And then the Usos go to SmackDown, so they're back with the Bloodline. They're staying with the Bloodline. And then the rest of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic, they also get drafted to Raw, so they're back with Rhea Ripley. And then the Latino World Order, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin White, Selena Vega, and Rey Mysterio will go to SmackDown. So they separate the Judgment Day and the Latino World Order. So that means the feud is over. Thank God. It kind of needs to be at this point. I know Rey Mysterio wanted to do a mask versus hair match. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe down the road they can revisit it. And then we get in a tag team match, Braun Strowman versus Ricochet. This is the Alpha Academy and Otis. Ricochet and Braun Strowman win the match, and whatever. And then we get Shawn Michaels and Adam Pearce going to do the next picks. And as they're about to do that, man, Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar music hits. Brock Lesnar says, he calls out Cody Rhodes. And then Adam Pearce comes out with security, telling them, hey, man, I'm begging you, don't do nothing tonight. I got security here. And Brock Lesnar's like, hey, you're going to need a lot more security than that. So he comes out with more security. But then Cody Rhodes comes out from the back. He attacks Brock. But then Brock kind of runs away. And then the security just starts trying to stop Cody. So, kind of same thing as last week, man. Brock Lesnar kind of just not even doing anything. And the security trying to hold Cody Rhodes back. Whatever. Well, whatever, man. I mean, Cody Rhodes is going to win, man. Because he said, I have to win this match. Otherwise, I go back to the back of the line as far as the WWE Championship is concerned. So, which doesn't really make sense, because this match has nothing to do with the WWE Championship. But I think that's a way of saying, I got to win this match. I'm going to win it. So he's going to win it, man. Brock Lesnar, he already got his win at WrestleMania versus Almost. They're gonna let freaking Cody win this match. And then we do the freaking Shawn Michaels does once everything is calmed down. Shawn Michaels does the picks. Says Raw selects Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the tag team champions. And then SmackDown selects Asuka. And then Raw selects the New Day. He did just say Xavier and Kofi. He didn't say Big E. So maybe Big E's not ready to come back yet. And then he says SmackDown selects the Brawling Brutes. Okay. And then we get a freaking a match between Matt Riddle and Jimmy Uso. Where in this match, freaking Kevin Owens does the Eddie Guerrero thing where he has like he got hit by a chair, but then he just throws the chair to Jey Uso. So the referee thinks Jey hit Kevin Owens with a chair. Jey Uso gets kicked out, and then obviously freaking Kevin Owens wins the match. I beg your pardon. Matt Riddle wins the match. The downfall of the bloodline continues after the match. Jey Uso goes backstage like, "Hey, can you tell me why Solo Sikoa was not out there for Jimmy's match? I ended up getting kicked out." And he's like, "Hey, man, we have to focus. We got a big match tonight versus Seth Rollins." So whatever, man. We'll see what happens. Like I said, they're saying not this Friday, but next Friday. Roman's going to be on SmackDown to address them. So we'll see. So then they announced that obviously the match, Bianca Belair is going to defend her title versus Io Sky on Backlash. So they just have a little segment backstage. And then Eric Bischoff shows up. Jesus Christ, man. Eric Bischoff and Rob Van Dam are doing the next picks. Jesus Christ, Eric Bischoff. Holy cow. Why don't they just hire Eric Bischoff to be the general manager? I don't know, man. They announced Brock Lesnar is a free agent and he can go to whatever show he wants. Along with same thing with Omos. Omos is also a free agent. He can go to whatever show he wants. Let's see here, man. And then they announced that the first pick for Raw is Trish Stratus. The first pick for SmackDown is Karrion Kross. Then the next pick for Raw is Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. And then the final pick for SmackDown is LA Knight. Okay. And then we get Miz TV with Shinsuke Nakamura. Again, typical shit. Miz looks like a pendejo. Shinsuke Nakamura calls them tiny balls in Japanese. And then he just hits them. Whatever, man. Miz, man, just continues to be oh my lord. Poor Miz, man. Just always getting beat up. The leagues are using Shinsuke Nakamura. So you get almost in a squash match versus Anthony Alines. Did they forget about Almost and Seth Rollins? Like, did they forget they announced that for Backlash? Seth Rollins the whole night is with feud with first he has that segment with Paul Heyman and Sosa Cola, and then he has that match with Sosa Cola. No, they were literally on the same show and never crossed paths or never even talked about each other. Almost and Seth Rollins, like what the hell, man? I don't get this shit, man. I don't really understand. Did they imagine if they just cancel it? Jesus Christ, man. Just like they announced it out of nowhere, they cancel it out of nowhere. Oh my lord. And then we get let's see, what else did we get? We get Molly Holly with Road Dogg announcing the next picks. SmackDown gets Shotzi, Raw gets Bronson Reed, and SmackDown gets Pretty Badly. And then the Judgment Day make their way to the ring. Poor Dominic couldn't talk. Everybody was booing him so loud. Jesus Christ, man. They're talking about the matches. Damian Priest pretty much talking in Spanish. Talking about his match with Bad Bunny. Rhea Ripley talking about her match with Selena Vega. And then they end up having a tag team match versus the Latino World Order. It's Dominic, Damian Priest, and All right, whatever. And then, it was a good match, man. But then at the end, and I think this is the final time they're going to face each other. The Judgment Day won the match. Damian Priest hits South of Heaven on Rey Mysterio. Well, no, because Rey Mysterio did say that if you guys interfere in that Bad Bunny Damian Priest match, you're going to pay the price. So maybe they'll have one final counter and Backlash during that. Yeah, that's right. That match is probably gonna have a bunch of interference, both from the Judgment Day and the Latino World Order. But Judgment Day wins this match. And then we get, let's see what else. We get JBL and Teddy Long to the next picks. Let's see here. So JBL announces Raw selects the Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. Teddy Long, SmackDown gets Rick Booz out of all people, Jesus Christ. And then JBL says Raw gets Katanacha Chance and Kateen Carter. They're a tag team from NXT. And then the final pick is Cameron Grimes, who's also from NXT. And then we move along. It's the main event. So Solo Sikoa versus Seth Rollins. Of course, this shit's gonna end in a freaking disqualification. Of course, the Usos come out. They attack Seth Rollins. Then right after that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out. And that's right as they get in the ring to start fighting, they end the show. Wow, man. They just freaking end the show. And that's it, man. That is freaking it. Seth Rollins, which wins by disqualification. And then the show is just freaking over. And a freaking brawl, man. Hopefully, maybe SmackDown is going to be in Puerto Rico, so maybe they'll be more motivated. I don't know, but we'll see. I would like to think that next week, when they start the new rosters, new fresh storylines, maybe it'll be better. But anyways, let's recap. This is pretty much like the rosters. So Monday Night Raw has Charlotte. Wait. This is already wrong. Isn't Charlotte Flair on SmackDown? So Raw has Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, the Judgment Day, the Women Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, the New Day, Trish Stratus, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Bronson Reed, the Alpha Academy, and SmackDown has Austin Theory, Charlotte Flair, the Usos, Latino World Order, Asuka, the Brawling Brutes, Karrion Kross, LA Knight, Shotzi, Pretty Deadly, and Cameron Grimes. That's everybody that got drafted tonight. And like I said, we'll see how SmackDown ends. This show was all right, I guess. The ending was very weak. I don't know, man. Until next time, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't. Just knock myself out. Anyways, until next times. Holla.